Hey Hershey Finance fans, Jim Jones here at Giants Center, just moments away from the first ever Finance All-Star Game. I'm here with Hershey coach Linda Mock to talk about the Toyota keys for the game tonight. Coach Mock, it looks like you've got some strong players on the Hershey team. How are you feeling tonight about the game?
Honestly, Jim, I couldn't be more excited. The talent on this team, it's just amazing. Each player brings a different strength from a wide variety of disciplines. You combine those, and hey, we're just unstoppable. You give us a number, Jim. Any number. We'll key it. We'll spreadsheet it. We'll forecast it. We'll analyze it. Heck, we may even budget it. But I can tell you one thing, every player on this team will crunch it.
Coach Mock, you're sounding pretty confident about the game tonight. What do you need to do to win the game?
You know, each of our players is coming from a different operation, but we have a unified focus. This team, they know that their operations and their fans are counting on them, and they're not going to let them down. Really, the key for us is we've got to play strong on both sides of the puck, finance and operations. You know, we keep the pressure on both ends of the ice. That's where we'll get our win-win.
Well, thanks, Mocker. So, Hershey fans, are you ready? It's time to meet your Hershey Finance All-Star players. Joining me now for player introductions is Andy Longenberger.
Thanks, Jim. Our first veteran player needs no introduction.
But we'll introduce him anyway. Representing Hershey Park, it's Dave Fisher. It's no surprise to see Fisher here on the ice tonight, as he has played various positions for Hershey Park for over 30 years now. Dave is truly their go-to accounting guy for anything at the park, revenue, expense, or capital.
That's a lot of years of park per cap and attendance stats.
Sure is, Andy. Up next, we got a pair of players representing maintenance and accounting, Margie Berryhill and Sally Hostetter.
Berryhill is the league leader in tracking, posting, and analyzing repair and maintenance expenses. R&M expenses is the division's second largest expense category, second only to labor. When it comes to maintaining the park's assets, that's over $20 million annually.
That's a lot of expenses to track, Andy, but also a lot of bills to pay. Sally Hostetter is the woman who makes sure all those maintenance invoices get paid. Last season, the maintenance team generated over 8,000 accounts payable vouchers. Hostetter verifies the receiving against the invoices and enters the vouchers to get those vendors paid. Talk about a matching game.
Speaking of getting paid, Jim, you spoke earlier today with Hershey Bears president and general manager Doug Yingst about the cost of such a talented team.
So, Doug, given the extensive talent put together by the Hershey finance team, how do you think they manage to stay under the league salary cap every year?
Well, their team GM, Becky Price, is certainly financially savvy and certainly frugal like the Bears team. I certainly think that there must be a lot of trade involved.
Our next group of players are a triple threat out of the entertainment group sales team.
First up is Anita Liliak. Anita doesn't play for the sales and accounting team year-round, but gets called in to assist during the real crunch times each season. She leads the team in assists, assisting with packing ticket orders, order entry, and ticket returns.
A fan favorite, Teresa Kohler is a legend in group sales, another longtime veteran. Her focus is order entry and ticket returns, and she's also the one making things happen for this team with the Giant Martin ticketing program. According to my notes, she's also a huge Notre Dame fan, but I'm sure that must be a mistake.
And centering this phenomenal sales line is Tara Shudai. Shudai oversees the daily operation while keeping her focus on analytics for the sales management team. Tara is all about reporting pace and results for the group. That's nearly $36 million annually. I've heard she's also a real enforcer, making sure all new programs comply with finance policies.
You know these finance all-stars are not only accounting for sales, they are apparently generating a good bit too, in the form of team sponsorship deals. Brian Bucciarelli spoke with me earlier today. So, Brian, I understand sponsorships for this team have been phenomenal, even garnering attention from Commissioner Lavery. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, Jim, we did have pretty much success this year from a financial standpoint for sponsorships. A couple issues that we do have with them, though, is they never want to pay commission. So you want to go out and you try to get sponsorships for the finance team, but they don't believe in commission. They don't want to pay it. So it's to get motivated behind that is kind of tough. But however, I was able to come to the table with Toys R Us. They decided to sponsor a few items for finance, more of a trade, but we were able to do it. One thing they did is they were able to get pencils for all the finance team this year, Mickey Mouse pencils. I think it suits them very well. One of the other things we were able to do is we got registers for the company from Toys R Us. This is going to save a substantial amount of cash for the park and other areas of retail where we do put these registers. And the big thing is this year, I know Dave Lavery was big on this, he wanted the teams to have uniforms. So I was able to get these kind of Geek Squad uniforms for the finance team.
I'm sure that kind of reminds me of Dave a little bit as well.
Yes, and and my final comment is this really goes to Dave is I don't know what I was thinking.
Our next dynamic duo are representing the nursery accounting team. Zoe Young is a consistent player for the nursery team, showcasing a range of talents, revenue tracking, payroll, and accounts payable, not to mention the many ways she supports on an operational level as well.
Karen Caffrey. Now here's an interesting story. A center who is so in demand she is traded back and forth daily by the Hershey Nursery and Hershey Park Camping Resort. Not many players out there demonstrate this kind of versatility. Caffrey is the primary financial resource for both teams, handling all accounting revenues, expenses, and capital. And don't forget about our powerhouse pairing representing the operations analytics team.
That's right, Andy. 6-year veteran Devin Maley dominates the F&B position. She oversees the finances of over 75 stands and restaurants around the entertainment complex and retail for the entire company.
She is quite the cost saver, and I understand she may be featured on Extreme Couponing too. The other standout player of this pair is Drew Peterson. Drew had a stellar rookie season last year and has really defined himself as the go-to for retail finance. Under Maley's guidance, he has become the man to watch on this team.
Tell us, Speaker, are there any challenges keeping a team like this performing at an optimal level?
By all means. Here we have bad posture. Here we go, back straight. Come on, click it. Two. Times, divide. No negative here. All right, here we go. Marion, vision. Okay, here we go. Come on, Pearl. Up. Straight up. There you go. Good posture. Hey, what do you think? Back to you, JJ.
Our final group of players tonight are all representing teams on the event side of Hershey's business. Up first is Steph Gatesman. Gatesman oversees accounting for the Hershey Theater, Hershey Park Arena and Stadium, including the Summer Concert Series, and corporate partnerships. Gatesman is also a key player in the foundation zone.
I've heard Gatesman is a performer too. My sources say she's one of several players who are known to randomly belt out budget songs in the locker room.
Let's talk about another player who recently changed lines on the team, Joy Snell.
One thing I can say about Snell is she is a solid force on this team. She is a master of event settlements on the complex.
That's for sure, Andy. She can certainly face some tough opponents shorthanded, but no one clears a promoter zone like her.
Let's not forget about our resident accounting ninja, Marissa Jones.
MJ may be in her second year with the team, but this league veteran has settled right in as a leader on the Giants Center and hockey line. She gets a jump on budgets, forecasts, and all revenues and expenses, Giants Center and hockey.
That was a key free agent pickup for Coach Mock. Well, Jim, last but certainly not least, our hockey goalkeeper, Marion Pearl. Pearl is a long-standing veteran on this team. She is solid in her position for defending hockey AP, AR, and keeping the hockey finances in line.
I've never seen anyone defend a balance sheet like Pearl. Vicky, you know this team pretty well. What do you think their chances of winning this year?
Oh, I'd put money on it. They are stacked. They are all top-notch. They have a game plan down to the penny. I'm confident they're going to bring the Lavery Cup here to Hershey.
There you have it, Hershey fans. These are your 2015 Hershey Finance All-Stars.